I'm Mr. MegaManFan. This is the PC Engine Files, and today we're looking at Kattobi Takuhai-Kun, which translates loosely to Fury Delivery Boy. This is a game from Advanced Communications Company, and as you saw in the intro, Tonkin House. Now, my ability to play this game is going to be somewhat limited because it is very heavy on the Japanese text, so I have to rely on the explanation that I can get from various websites around the internet, starting with giantbomb.com. They say that the player is a delivery boy who must make a series of increasingly surreal deliveries across town, occasionally leaving the country and getting into trouble with drug trafficking? Holy shit, dude. As the player completes jobs, they use their earnings to buy better delivery vehicles, upgrading from a pedal bike to a moped to a state-of-the-art motorcycle. Destroying the vehicle drops them back down to the regular pedal bike. Now, Giant Bomb also notes this is exclusive to the PC Engine in Japan. Well, that would make it qualified for the PC Engine Files, wouldn't it? And says that it is best known for appearing on the Japanese video game TV show Game Center CX. What it's best known for to me is I have no idea what to do here. I know it said I'm supposed to make deliveries, but I don't know what my delivery is, or who I'm delivering it to, or how I find them. Ah, yes. If this was Crazy Taxi, at least you'd get arrows on the screen pointing you which direction to go, and if you made a wrong turn, your customer would complain. But here, there's nothing to guide me in the correct direction, nobody complaining, and all I can do is get into accidents and run out of gas. And that's kind of bizarre in and of itself. Like, with this moped, I can completely understand running out of gas, but you can run out of gas on a pedal bike. I mean, you could run out of energy, you could be so tired you couldn't pedal anymore, but that's not running out of gas. Yet, this game doesn't bother to distinguish between the two kinds of bikes when it says out of gas, mission fail. And that's just absurd on its face. Now, I have another entry here that is even less informative on the PC Engine website, but at least it tells me you get on a bike and deliver stuff. Well, no shit, Sherlock, thanks. But it does indicate that the game was released November 9th, 1990, and it's unrated, pre-ESRB. Other than that, though, there's not a whole lot out there about this game. It's obscure, and perhaps it's obscure for a reason. I'm willing to admit that somebody like my friends Sarumaru or Corbin in Japan, who have some literacy in Japanese and can speak and read it, they might be able to have more fun with this game than I can, but me, I'm not having much fun, and it's not just the language issue. I expect to not be able to read Japanese when I play a Japanese import game, but beyond that issue, it's just impossible to control this bike. Even if I knew where I was going and I could do something with that information, I'd still have as hard as hell of a time getting there because you can't just turn the direction you want to turn. You've got some sort of rotation logic where if you try to steer, you have to turn right to go up. It's one of those kind of games where you're turning the bike as opposed to actually using the D-pad to move in the direction you want to move. That might be fine for a racing style game, a top-down off-road type game, but for a game where you're supposed to make deliveries, don't make this unnecessarily complicated and arbitrary. Just let me push up to go up and left to go left and right to go right. And if I need to pedal, I'll hit the button. But for God's sake, why did they design it this way? I'm blaming you, Tonkin House. You're the one who put your name most prominently on this. Advanced Computers or whatever, I'm giving you a pass. But Tonkin House, you own this. This was your idea. You're the ones that seem to be the most proud of it. So good on you. You did such a fantastic job with this. Not. And if you want this game, it's not cheap either. I can find it in quote acceptable condition for $28 on eBay, which seems to be about the median price, but I wouldn't pay that for it. Again, without literacy in Japanese and a willingness to accept the frustrating controls, you're not getting very far very fast in this game. And with the PC engine, there are so many great games. There are so many shooters, there are so many platformers, there are so many role playing games that there are English patches for if you use emulation or your SSD 3. There are so many better things you can play than this. I don't think an English patch would improve this game one bit. Whatever you could do, you would have to fix the controls first before Kattobi Takuhai-Kun would be a fun game to play. But you're welcome to disagree with me. In fact, if you live in Japan, I fully expect you to tell me in Japanese that I'm full of shit and this game is great and it's a classic and it was on Game Center CX for a reason. I'll fully accept that explanation. But for a gaijin like me who has a limited knowledge and also a limited amount of patience for a clunky, hard to control video game, this one is a miss, much like that mission. I'm Mr. MegaManFan, advising you to stay away from this game unless you are fluent in Japanese. And even then, you might just want to stay away from it anyway. Thanks for watching.